Hey everyone, it's Balaji here. Today I am super excited because we are going to talk about something that can change your life, the data science roadmap in 2024. I know there are a ton of videos available online on the same topic, but I think my own version of this roadmap will have a higher probability of you landing your dream job at a dream company. These days, the word data science becomes so complex and complicated, but don't worry, we are going to break it down into multiple chunks so that everyone can follow. By the end of this video, you will have a detailed guideline or steps to boost your skills, build amazing projects, and showcase your portfolio to everyone and also connect people in this similar field. So, let's get started and hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. I'm going to use an iPad to explain the topics, so sometimes you will feel my orientation is not aligned with you, but please cope up with me. Okay, first and foremost, there are 14 to 15 steps that I want to highlight and cover in this video. So, this video will be a little bit longer, but please watch till the end. You will gain a lot of insights from this video. So, learning or landing a job in data science consists of two parts. One is learning the core concepts of data science, and other one is showcasing your potential to the interviewer. So, first and foremost, let's understand what are the core concepts that you need to learn in data science. If you are a beginner to data science, then you need to learn Python. Python is a programming language that is heavily used in the field of data science and AI. Why is it is used? Because it offers wide variety of modules and packages that are used in the field of data science, and it's very easy to learn as well. Even if you are a beginner or pro, you definitely need to learn Python first. And once you learn Python, you need to go to algebra and understand the concepts of algebra. Why algebra? I will explain that in a bit. But what are the things that are inside algebra? Like lines, Pythagoras theorems, planes, 2D planes, 3D planes, spheres, matrices. You need to understand all of these topics because machine learning is basically the combination of Python, algebra, and statistics. If you don't understand these three things, it will be hard for you to get the intuition behind the concepts of machine learning. And the next important thing is SQL. Why SQL? If there is no data, there is no machine learning. So, for data collection, you need to understand how SQL works. There are multiple ways where you can collect the data, but SQL is one of the important topics that you need to learn. And then the important stuff in entire field of data science and machine learning is statistics and probability. So you have concepts like hypothesis testing, central limit theorem, population sample. There are a lot of things that you will learn under statistics, and you need to learn probability as well. Why probability? Machine learning is all about predicting a future event with a higher probability. And if you understand probability as a concept, it will be easy to visualize or mind map what is happening inside machine learning algorithms. And the next step is explorative data analysis. What is explorative data analysis? As the name suggests, explorative data analysis, you have a data set and you need to understand what are the patterns that are lying inside this data. You need to be very explorative with the data. You need to become Sherlock Holmes for the data set, so that before you feed the data to the machine learning model, you will understand the underlying patterns of the data. That is very much needed as a data scientist to build an amazing project. And then you learn the concepts of machine learning. So what are the things that are covered under machine learning? Like there are multiple parts: supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, reinforcement learning, And inside all of these subtopics there are multiple subtopics like classification models, regression models, multi-class classification models. We have recommendation models, we have clustering. So there are a lot of topics that you need to cover inside machine learning. And once you are done with Python, algebra, SQL, statistics and probability and machine learning, then you should build a case study or a project by using all of these concepts. That is what this is, case studies on machine learning. So by using all of these concepts that you have learned, take a dataset from Kaggle or any other source and understand the problem, what needs to be solved, and then using the concepts of Python, EDA, expert data analysis, statistics, machine learning, build a model to predict something so that you will understand the flow of any machine learning project. And once you are done with it, you need to understand basics of NLP. So what is NLP? Natural language processing. Natural language processing. So if there is a text data inside your data set, how are you going to process that data and how are you going to feed that data into machine learning? So you need to understand the core concepts or basic concepts of NLP so that you will have a better understanding of how you can feed text data into machine learning model. And once you are done with NLP, build another project using NLP data and then try to predict something, like build a machine learning model using NLP text data set as well. And once you are done, start with deep learning. So there are a lot of deep learning is basically an advanced part of machine learning in which neural networks present. Understand how this neural network works and understand the core concepts in deep learning and try to train a model using custom training method. Don't use model.fit or any other methods. Use custom training to understand how someone can custom train a deep learning model. And once you are done with that, get to the concepts of advanced NLP. What are advanced NLP concepts? Have you heard about RNN, LSTMs, encoder decoders, transformers, BERT, GPTs, and LLMs? So understand how these topics work and how they are going to benefit the machine learning model. And after that, go with computer vision. What does computer vision contains? Object detection, anything that is related to object or image or video, that comes under computer vision, like image segmentation. And then understand the concepts and need of ML ops. Why ML ops is needed? Let's say you build a project, how are you going to deploy it and maintain the project in production? So that is where ML ops, Kubernetes, Flask, Dockers comes into picture. At least you need to have basics understanding of how this works. And once you are done with it, do a case study. Let's say you have built a project 1 in the machine learning part, and then use the same project and apply deep learning models on top of it and understand the difference between model performance, how model is performing if you are using a machine learning model and if you are using a deep learning model. Compare the differences based upon the data, based upon the input that you have gained, based on the performance, so that you will understand the differences between a machine learning model and a deep learning model and when to use which kind of models. And once you are done with it, you are almost good to go. Recently we have two more developments in the field of data science, which is AGI and large language models. Once you are done with all of these concepts, and I would highly recommend you to go through these concepts and read research papers and understand and try to build some projects out of these things. So these are all the tech stack that you need to develop for data science. Once you are done with these things, how are you going to showcase yourself to interviewer? So that is the second part, which is the non-core part. And before going to the non-core part, I want to focus on a couple of things. Focus on strong fundamentals. Whenever you are trying to learn a new concept or new machine learning model, try to get the geometric intuition. Because code you will get anywhere from online, ChatGPT will also give you the code, but understanding the intuition behind every topic is the key for learning data science. And for every topic you learn, try to get a deeper understanding and question yourselves everything. So how do you know when you understand a topic well or not? Try to explain the topic in layman terms and also follow credible sources. So why does this require? You have to, let's say you are learning machine learning and you are beginner for data science and you might have a lot of queries. So who are you going to approach? Either you go to Google, either you go and follow some YouTube videos or LinkedIn or GitHub or Kaggle. So you need to follow these data science people, either not only people, blogs, so that you will get information and you will understand the topics much better. So I highly recommend using YouTube, GitHub, Kaggle, LinkedIn, and Medium blogs. And also read research papers from time to time. You will get to know a lot of concepts by reading the research papers, and every time understand or do a research of what are the latest advancements that are happening in the field of AI. So understand the concept's geometric intuition behind each and every concept, follow credible sources, read research papers. And you need, if you are a beginner for data science, you need to at least spend 4 hours daily. I would say 3 hours for concepts and 1 hour for coding. You need to spend at least 4 hours for the next 6 months to completely master or learn data science, because at least you will take or you will need 4 months to understand all the concepts that we have covered before, the core concepts. And then for the next 2 months you have to build projects. We will come to that in a bit. So let's say you are done with doing or learning all the core concepts, you are following credible sources, you are doing everything you can, but how can you build a portfolio? What is portfolio and why is it needed? Let's say you applied for a job and you are doing a career transform, or you are a beginner in the field of data science. So basis on what the interviewer will interview you if you don't have anything to showcase for? That is what we are covering under portfolio. So what does this need? You need to build at least 2 projects or 3 projects, one in the field of data science for machine learning, and one in the field of deep learning, and one in the field of large language models or AGI or computer vision, whatever it could be. You need at least 2 to 3 projects, and you need to do end to end. What is end to end means? Starting from problem, data collection, data cleaning, EDA, feature engineering, model development, model validation, model deployment. So you need to follow the entire life cycle of data science, and you need to do from the scratch to the end. You should not stop before deployment. These days deployment is also needed or mandatory to crack high paying jobs. So deployment is mandatory, and for deployment you either need to use GitHub, MLOps, Dockers, Flask, Kubernetes, anything. And once you build a project, open source the project. This is important. Open source the project on LinkedIn and write blogs about it. Explain your project. What is your approach in solving this project? What are the different techniques that you have used to solve this problem? And once you are done writing blogs, do posts on LinkedIn tagging people in the field of data science so that you will get some reach. And then the most important thing is, for doing all of these things, try not to be dependent on the automated tools. If you are a beginner, try to avoid tools like ChatGPT, Google Bard, or Blackbox AI, or any of the automated tools, because in the initial phases you need to understand the logic of the code, and you need to understand the parameters of each coding aspect as well. If you are using automated tools, you will not get the grasp, or you cannot debug it in the later stages. So in the initial stage, try not to use automated tools. Once you are comfortable with machine learning concepts, deep learning, and everything with the coding as well, then you start using automated tools to increase your efficiency. And then once you are done with building a portfolio by doing all of these steps, you need to create a wonderful resume. In my opinion, you need to create resume which is ATS friendly. What is ATS? Automated tracking system. What it will basically do is, it will extract the text from your resume and it will match with the job requirement that a company will have, and it will generate a score. If the score is higher, then you will get shortlisted in the resume shortlist phase. So how are you going to do these things? How are you going to build a resume which is ATS friendly? First and foremost, a single page resume is good enough unless and until you are too experienced. Maybe 2 pages is good. Anything more than 2 pages, it's a no go. Try to fit everything in 1 page, or max to max 2 pages. And then try not to keep your resume too fancy with all the colors, blocks, sections. Keep it minimal, simple, and effective. If you see this sample resume that I downloaded from Google, you have to keep your name here, and then designation, and then your contact details. Everything got covered. And then directly you explain your project experience, what you have done, what is the project, at which company you have done. And if you see, these are all impact words. What are impact words? Let's say you build a project, and that project is deployed in the production, and it is making a profit of $1 million per year. So that is an impact that you have created by building a model. So use those kind of words. What are the techniques that are specially used to make this impact? So use those kind of wording inside your resume. Because, and if you want, you can keep these numbers as bold, because when interviewer looks at your resume, you need to keep everything on the face of your interviewer. You should not hide anything. And then if you are a beginner to data science, you don't have any experience in data science, then you should keep projects that you have done as the first section. Either participate in Kaggle competitions, and how do you create impact from your personal projects? Do Kaggle rankings. What is the top percentile that you got? Do express those kind of impact words inside resume, and you need at least 2 projects. And then comes your educational profile. From what is your educational profile? And then if you have something to add, you can add like previous company's experience summary and everything. You can add whatever you want. So my take is, use impact words, showcase your projects, only add what is needed. And then once you are done building this resume, you can check ATS score online as well. And then you have to start applying for jobs. How do you apply for jobs? You apply via LinkedIn, you apply via Naukri, Indeed. There are so many online portals where you can apply for jobs by using this resume and reach out to referrals. That works like a charm. If you have friends or people who work in other companies who have openings in data science, ask them to refer you. That will also work like a charm. If you follow all of these steps, if you learn these steps, then you will have a high probability of getting a job. And one more thing that is very important is identifying scams. What are scams? Personally, I don't believe in learning data science under 1 month or 2 months. I would say you would need at least 6 months. 4 months, you need to learn concepts and coding, and 2 months, do projects, build portfolio. And then once you are done learning the concepts and building portfolio, you start applying for jobs. At least 6 months, in my opinion, is needed to successfully transform your career into a data science field. And many of the online courses that I am watching these days provide 100% job guarantee. I think some people do make up for this 100% job guarantee, but I don't believe it 100% because there are so many terms and conditions behind this 100% job guarantee. Let's say there is a course X online and it provides 100% job guarantee only if you complete 50 assignments under 6 months. I mean, if some of the assignments are very tough, so how are you going to claim this 100% job guarantee? I know it's their way of marketing, but whenever you are looking at 100% job guarantee, please understand the terms and conditions behind this 100% job guarantee. I am not saying everyone is fake out there, but please do be cautious while doing these things. And whenever you want to go or buy some course online, compare the content versus price. So how much price that you can afford to learn data science, and what is the content that they are offering, and what are the services that they are offering, like mock interviews or placement assistance or assignments, feedback. So compare 3 to 4 or different courses online with the respective prices and come to a better decision. Don't blindly follow or buy some course online and get into the trap of these scams. Understand and think logically before getting any of the courses. So, to sum it up, what I would say is you need to learn the core concepts like Python, algebra, SQL, statistics, probability, basics of NLP, machine learning, and then do projects on case studies on machine learning, and then learn deep learning, neural networks, and then advanced NLP like encoder decoders, BERT, transformers, RNNs, LSTMs, and then do a case studies on deep learning, and then do computer vision, object detection, image segmentation, and anything that is related to image and video, and then go to the concepts of AGI and large language models. These are all the core concepts. And once you are done with that, then build your portfolio by using projects and do end-to-end project with the deployment as well, and showcase those projects using impact words in the resume, and keep the resume simple and effective. And then apply for jobs by using online referring portals like Naukri, Indeed, IIM jobs, there are so many portals, and then also reach out to your friends who are working in the field of data science for referrals. That works like a charm, and try to avoid scams. If you follow all of these things and think that you will definitely crack a high paying job in the field of data science in 2024. I think that's all for this video. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section. I will reply to each and every one of the comments. Thank you. Bye bye.